Good morning and welcome to Morning News on ABS Television. I am Ifeyinwa Arono. On headlines this morning, work at the Golden Tulip Hotel satisfactory. Rotary Club rewards citizens for humanitarian services. Court orders Abuja municipal area to rebuild demolished shops. And on the foreign scene, woman buried alive with dead husband found after 3,000 years. Welcome to the news. Now the detail. The Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Engineer Emeka Ezenwanne, says construction work at Golden Tulip Hotel Agolo is of top quality. He stated this when he inspected the pace of work at the hotel. Amaka Chibuzokoye's report is taken from our studio.
Commissioner Ezenwanne expressed satisfaction with the work done so far, stating that the five-star hotel, when completed, will contribute to the growth of economy of the state. He maintained that the state is now a destination for leisure, business, and other economic activities due to the security of lives and property provided by the Obiano administration. Hence, the state is now witnessing business boom in all sectors due to the conducive environment. Engineer Ezenwanne stated that the Golden Tulip Hotel will house prominent visitors to the state and people of high taste, adding that it is fundamental in the present administration's agenda. He further called on the citizenry to invest in the state as it is filled with facilities that will assist in making life meaningful.
To go around with me, you can see the quality of facility you have here, the standard of finishing, and I must tell you this hotel is very important to His Excellency. Anambra State is now a destination for, is it for leisure? Is it for business? Is it for whatever? Because once a place is safe, because we invest where they stay, once a place is safe, it attracts population.
On his part, the contractor on site, Engineer Otto Wang, a Chinese, extolled Governor Obiano for his hospitality and release of funds, adding that they kept their promise of building a high-quality hotel that will be handed over in 2 months' time. The hotel has 99 rooms and other sections.
Supreme Court has declared Dr. Victor Ikoye the authentic national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA. The Apex Court ruling brings to an end months of legal tussle between Chief Martin Agbaso and Chief Victor Oye over the national chairmanship of ABGA, which has dragged on since 2017. The battle for the control of the party was triggered after an Enugu High Court judge on May 22, 2017, gave an order of mandamus compelling the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, the police and other authorities to recognize Chief Agbaso as the national chairman of the party. The order followed a motion brought by Mike Alioke, the party's deputy chairman in Enugu State, for INEC to recognize the previous resolution by party stakeholders to appoint Agbaso as acting national chairman in the face of what was claimed as vacancies in the office. Alioke had pleaded with the order that the order was necessary in order to avoid a breakdown of law and order in the party. However, the order was contested by Oye at the Court of Appeal, Enugu, which reversed the order granted Agbaso. Dissatisfied with the outcome of the appeal, Agbaso had approached the Supreme Court through his lawyer, Paul Erokoro, SAN, where he argued that Oye, who got the appeal judgment, was not part of the matter at the lower court, and as such, should not benefit from the judgment without first seeking the leave of the court to appeal the matter. The act of philanthropy and love for one's neighbor most times do not go unrewarded. Such acts attract commendations and, by extension, appreciations, no matter how little, either by words of encouragement or recognition. No wonder the Rotary Club in Agwata Metropolis gave some individuals who have distinguished themselves in humanitarian services a pat on the back by honoring them with awards of different categories. Our correspondent, Ngozi Obileri, was in Ekulobia during the chapter presentation, Rotary Club of Agwata Metropolis, where Chief Dom Okafo was presented with Excellent Vocational Service Award, among other notable individuals. Her report.
Among other notable individuals awarded at the event were Reverend Father Innocent Okeke, installed as the new president of Rotary Club of Agwata Metropolis, the Commissioner for Housing, Engineer Emeka Ezewanne, and the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Disability Matters, Barrister Chuka Ezewuzie, were honored with Excellent Public and Community Service Award, respectively. Speaking while presenting certificates to the new chartered president of Rotary Club of Agwata Metropolis, the immediate past district governor, Rotary Club District 9142, Mr. Emma Udabe, said that Rotary Club started since 1905 and has since then never stopped its service to humanity, highlighting the work of Rotary to include giving hope to the hopeless, granting free education to brilliant but poor people, providing polio vaccination free of charge, among other things. On his part, one of the awardees, Chief Dom Okafor, maintained that having spent over $10,000 in support of the work of Rotary Foundation, it was a dream come true for him for Agwata Metropolis to be chartered so that the people of the area can start benefiting from the efforts made by Anambra residing all over the world, who he said are the major donors. Chief Okafor enjoined the new chartered president to ensure that more people are admitted into the charter and to also study the grant system of Rotary Foundation to enable them access the yearly grants.
I've been a Rotarian for over 22 years, so service has been part of me, helping the less privileged. Service above self. Service above self. When you are not considering what you get in return, that is the actual service.
In a speech shortly after receiving the award, the Commissioner for Housing, Engineer Ezewanne, said he was particularly happy that the award came from Rotary, known for its exceptional humanitarian services, adding that it would spur him to keep doing good.
When you are into charity and you meet with people of like minds that do similar things with you, it encourages you, so I feel at home here because I believe Rotarians are doing almost similar thing that I love to do.
The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Disability Matters, Barrister Ezewuzie, who told the story of how he got free education from Rotary to study law in Massachusetts, noted that he will forever be an ambassador of Rotary as he will continue to support the work of Rotary Club wherever he is.
The scholarship was the scholarship to study in America. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how I went to America. I was then offered admission at Boston University.
Presentation of awards to deserving individuals and induction of new members of the charter formed high points of the event. From Ekulobia in Agwata Local Council area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
And on transport, all the articulated trucks that constitute nuisance on roads in the Onitsha Industrial Harbour are to be relocated to a major transport terminal in Onitsha within the next 2 weeks. The Commissioner for Road, Rail and Water Transport, Mr. Uchenna Okafor, disclosed this when he visited the harbour to assess the situation on ground. Accompanied by the Chairman of the State Physical Planning Board, Government House correspondent Kenechwa Foma tells the story.
During the visit to the harbour, articulated trucks were seen parked in 4 lines along the road in the layout, leaving a very narrow space for moving vehicles. Also observed was a very dirty environment with feces and refuse littered all over the road. Shanties were also seen springing up in very large numbers in the area, which residents allege were being used by criminals to perpetrate crimes. The Transport Commissioner, Mr. Okafor, who described the ugly incident as totally unacceptable, said the layout was well planned with very wide and strongly built roads to accommodate the anticipated heavy-duty trucks that convey products and raw materials to and from the industries and not to serve as parking lot. He revealed that the visit was directed by Governor Willie Obiano because of the negative security reports coming as a result of the activities of the truck drivers, adding that government has made plans to relocate all the articulated trucks to the Onitsha Urban Transport Terminal located at Upper Iweka in 2 weeks' time, when the terminal must have been completed.
What I saw here is unacceptable, completely unacceptable. This is a harbour estate and well planned by fiscal planning, but you can see that the size of the weight is very, very large. And Anambra State is the safest state in Nigeria. Now we can never and cannot compromise on that security. So because of the security challenges we are now having here, His Excellency Governor William Bernard directed that we come here and sit in for ourselves, and we've seen it. And what we saw here is an eyesore, and we are coming back to sanitize this place as we did at Onitsha, Main Market, and all those places.
The chairman of the State Fiscal Planning Board, Barrister Chike Maduekwe, said reorganizing the fiscal space of the state to reflect that of a well-planned state is a major charge on the board by the governor, and the incidents around the harbour, if unchecked, have the capacity to undermine government's plans to build a secure and environmentally sustainable state.
Governor gave us a charge that Anambra should be one of the best planned states in the world. Governor does not play with security. So this is an imperative that we must carry out. Like the Honorable Commissioner has said, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we must clean up this place.
Some residents and operators of industries in the harbour, Barrister K.O. Bikeze, Mr. Selo Kofo and Mr. Ben Ohia, who regretted that 80% of the trucks have no business with the industries in the harbour, said their presence have not only led to increase in crime and criminality, but also has very negative health and environmental implications for the people. They appealed to government to immediately come to their aid and relocate the trucks to guarantee their safety and access to their homes and industries, as the trucks most times block the entrance to their buildings. The Commission and the Fiscal Planning Board chairman later proceeded to inspect work on the Onitsha Urban Transport Terminal. At the site, it was observed that the terminal is at about 75% completion stage, as the entire 200 by 180 meter land space has been fully paved with concrete and a major borehole completed, with finishing touches being put on a modern toilet facility at the terminal. The facility, which is the product of a memorandum of understanding between Anambra State Government, the Trazi Group and Urban Transport Terminal Limited, signed last year, is expected to have sections for various types of vehicles and will also have a 72-room hotel for travelers. With the floodlight also being installed, the terminal is designed to run 24 hours, according to the terminal manager, Sir Michael Ezani. From Onitsha, I am Kene Chukwuofoma, reporting for ABS News.
Moving on now, an FCT High Court sitting in Jabi has ordered the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, to rebuild the 720 shops and stores demolished at the Camero Market, a suburb of the FCT. The plaintiffs in 2011 sued the AMAC, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Mohammed Bello, and the Federal Capital Development Authority for the demolition of the market in 2006. Delivering judgment, Justice Yusuf Halilu held that the demolition carried out by the defendants was illegal, since the allocations were made to the plaintiffs by AMAC. The judge said that the defendants engaged in official misconduct when they refused to compensate the plaintiffs and shop owners and went ahead to demolish their structures. Halili also granted an order restraining the defendants from further interfering with the plaintiffs' allocations given to them by AMAC or cause same to be reallocated to another person without compensation. The judge further ordered AMAC, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and the FCDA to pay 3 million naira as general damages to the plaintiffs. He also ordered the defendants to pay 100,000 as cost of litigation. Reports say that the plaintiffs had prayed the court for an order to declare that the stores and shops built on the approval of AMAC in the market were illegally demolished by the defendants. They also sought the declaration of the court that the refusal of the defendants to compensate the shop owners before the demolition was an abuse of office, illegal, and null and void. And now to the foreign scene, an ancient man and woman have been found locked in a loving embrace in a grave in Ukraine for 3,000 years. The archaeologists who excavated the grave believed that the woman was willingly entombed alive in order to accompany her husband to the next world, reports Daily Mail. Autopsy experts say it would not be possible to place the woman's body in such a loving position if she was already dead. The experts say it is likely the woman chose to die and be buried with her husband. They believe she may have drunk poison as she climbed into the grave and embraced her recently dead partner. The extraordinary burial saw the couple clasped together since the Bronze Age in eternal love. The pair from the prehistoric Yaskoskaya or Wysocka culture were found near Petrokir village south of the city of Ternopil in western Ukraine. Both the dead humans were clad in bronze decorations, and near the heads was placed some pottery items, a bowl, a jar, and 3 balers. And on a sad note, a vehicle accident around Government House axis of the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, Oka, has claimed the life of a middle-aged woman and left 6 others injured. ABS correspondent Kenneth Former visited the scene of the accident and tells us more.
The accident involving a commercial bus plying Palm Site route in Oka with registration number AWK166XX and a Toyota Camry car with registration number FGG28LN took place at about 5:30 in the evening yesterday. When the ABS arrived at the scene of the accident at about 6:15 o'clock the same evening, the victims had been evacuated by men of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Confirming the incident, the sector commander of the FRSC in Anambra State, Mr. Sondajai, said 3 of the injured persons have been taken to a nearby hospital in Oka, while 3 others in very critical condition were conveyed via an FRSC ambulance to Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, Nnewi. He identified wrongful overtaking and overspeeding as the major causes of the accident and appealed to motorists to exercise caution when plying on the road.
We must take every bit of precaution that will help us to drive safely on the highway. The portion of the road we are talking about is so steep, and because of that, the vehicle gain speed even without acceleration. So it now behoves on the drivers to take special more caution by applying brake where necessary to regulate and manage his speed.
An eyewitness who spoke to the ABS at the scene of the accident, Ms. Chiamaka Ugo, narrated how the Toyota Camry had slammed into the bus, causing it to somersault into a nearby gutter.
So before Malian and onye obele boss, onye nuku boss go like this. What I go? It is like this.
ABS had arrived at the state FRSC headquarters on time to see the ambulance conveying the critically injured persons to Nnewi live in the company of FRSC officials and relatives. In Oka, I am Kene Former, reporting for ABS News.
And on that note, we bring to an end our news package for this morning. But don't forget that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world just by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Do like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision. Follow us on Twitter at ABSRadioTV. And now the main point again. Work at the Golden Tulip Hotel satisfactory. Commissioner for Housing Ezewanne stated this when he toured the facility. Rotary Club has rewarded citizens for humanitarian services. Court has ordered Abuja municipal area to rebuild demolished shops. And on the foreign scene, a woman buried alive with dead husband has been found after 3,000 years. That's the news at this time. Thanks for watching. I am Ife Yinwa Aron. Good morning, and don't forget that the weekend show continues in just a moment.